All right, we're still on week 2. Okay, day 3 of our unit 8, climate weather. Okay. Oh, Mrs. T is crying because today is Groundhog Day, and the groundhog saw its shadow. That means there's 6 more weeks of winter. Now, it's just a prediction. Okay, it's a forecast, just a prediction that he made. Predictions don't always come true. Okay, just FYI. All right, so we're going to compare 2 texts. Okay, we're going to read again fair weather clouds, and we're also going to read Earth's climate. Okay, when we're done with that, we're going to go back to paragraph page 7 on your packet and compare both texts. All right. When I compare things that are the same, I use similar, same, similar, like, or such as. When I compare things that are, when I contrast, I'm comparing how they are different. I use different, unlike, other, and however. And then we have extra time, you'll be doing this. Okay? So let's reread again fair weather clouds.
Short read 1. Remember to annotate as you read.
Fair Weather Clouds by Carmen Corioles. Here, after the thaw, these plains, a green sea, encircle me. Now I tilt my head back, splay my hands, pressing into the fresh waves of prairie. Above, the sky, the blue field, is thick with piles of cumulus cotton, ripe for picking, stuffing, and quilting, heaping and billowing about, but still bright and clean in the sun. Later, when they grow gray and nimbus, the rain will come.
1. Splay, to spread out. 2. Cumulus, white puffy cloud with a flat base that indicates little or no precipitation. 3. Billowing, filling up and swelling outward. 4. Nimbus, large gray rain cloud.
Okay, let's go on to 6, and we're going to read. Now we're going to read Earth's weather climate, pages 6, 7, 8, and 9.
Short read 2. Remember to annotate as you read.
Earth's Weather and Climate by Laura McDonald. What is the weather like right now? Weather describes the atmosphere's conditions in a certain place at a given moment in time. Climate is different. Climate describes the average weather patterns of that place over long periods of time. Climate describes the average weather of the seasons. It also describes possible weather extremes, like tornadoes, hurricanes, droughts, or rainy periods. Weather can change from minute to minute, hour to hour, and day to day. Climate is determined by tracking a region's weather patterns for decades. How do scientists track these weather patterns? Scientists measure different weather features. They measure air temperature, which is how hot or cold a place is. They measure the amount of precipitation that falls as rain, snow, or sleet from the sky. They also measure other factors, such as wind, humidity, and cloud cover. Scientists use different tools to measure these factors. They record their measurements and observations. Then they use this data to figure out the weather patterns of a region. Using this information, they can define the climate type.
Cumulus, nimbus, stratus. Cloud types. Clouds are water vapor floating in the air. There are many different types of clouds. The shape, appearance, and elevation of clouds can help people predict weather. Cumulus clouds are puffy and white. They are often called fair weather clouds. Nimbus clouds are dark and gray. They are considered storm clouds. Flat, hazy stratus clouds are associated with light rain, but generally stable weather. Two important factors that determine climate are air temperature and precipitation. Scientists measure these factors over time to make weather predictions. They also use this data to define a region's climate. Temperature and precipitation chart. Yearly. Precipitation. Millimeters. Month. Temperature. Celsius.
How does that sound? Next page.
Earth's climate zones. Tropical. Tropical wet. Tropical wet and dry. Dry. Semi-arid. Arid. Moderate. Mediterranean. Humid subtropical. Marine west coast. Continental. Humid continental. Subarctic. Polar. Tundra. Ice cap. Highlands. Non-permanent ice.
Some climates are hot and rainy. Others tend to be cold and dry. These different climates are caused by different factors. For example, regions closer to the equator receive more direct sunlight. As a result, they tend to be warmer. Places closer to water have more moisture or humidity in the air. As a result, they tend to get more rainfall. Regions far from the equator tend to be cold. Places far from water tend to be dry. Land features and elevation, height above sea level, are also factors. As a result, Earth has several different climate zones. There are 5 main climate groups: tropical, dry, moderate, continental, and polar. Each climate has its own characteristics. Each climate also supports its own diverse forms of plant and animal life. Understanding a region's climate helps people predict what typical weather will be like throughout the year.
Tropical wet. Arid. Humid continental. Polar ice cap.
So, looking at the 4 types of climate zones, okay? Which one do you think has probably the most water? Probably the tropical wet, okay? Okay, and then maybe the second one would be the humid continental, okay? And then obviously there's still water in the polar ice cap, okay? It's just frozen ice, okay? And then obviously the one with the least amount of water, or maybe no water at all, it's the arid. Which where might that be? Look at the picture. The desert, yeah, the desert, okay? And since it's hump day, look, there's the camel. Mike. All right, in your weather and climate workbook, Unit 8, go to page 7. Here. And when we look at the topic, okay, and the fair weather clouds, obviously the topic was, what's the title? Clouds, right? Or types of clouds. Where the other one, okay, the other one, the Earth's weather climate, okay, the topic there, it was the weather and climate on Earth and what they do. Okay. The purpose, I'm going to actually write it like this. The purpose of this text, what was it for? To inform you, to entertain you, to persuade you? Was it giving you information about clouds? I guess in a way it did, but it was in the form of of a poem. Okay. But the purpose was to paint a picture of clouds. So the purpose was to paint a picture of clouds in the sky. Okay. Now the purpose for this one, now you could tell me, what was the purpose for theirs weather climate? To inform. And it was giving us what? Information or facts. Very nice. So to provide, my bad, to provide facts about, to provide facts about weather and climate. The structure. So here, what kind of text was the fair weather clouds? I just said it a little while ago. Was it an article? It was a poem. Yes, it was a poem. Okay. Well, the other one was what they call descriptive. Okay. Descriptive was this one. Okay. And this one was a poem. Now, when it says language, if they're not asking you for, hey, was it in English or in Spanish? No. Okay. Now, the language for the fair clouds, okay, was mostly, okay, figurative language. Okay. Because they described the plains, the grass, the area, the vast area that we were watching, okay, as like a sea of grass, right? So mostly figurative. While here was mostly literal. So if they told you that it was sunny, it was sunny, right? They weren't using words to help you imagine how it was. Okay. So in vocabulary on the fair weather, okay, they mix science terms, and actually they use many adjectives. Okay. And here they use scientific terms related to weather and climate. Explain how Texas explains weather. For the fair weather one, by describing clouds people see. Oops, my bad. By clouds people see in the sky. And then on the other side, by describing different types of weather and climate.